Okay, I'm going to take you through installing bees. This is my new package of bees. It's a package of carniolans. It's in a new kind of cage that I haven't used before, but if you look closely, you'll see the bees are all in here. And on the top here is sugar syrup, and the queen is right in here, and I'm going to take you through that, but first we have to get our hive ready. So we're going to put in some sugar syrup, and this is sugar syrup, a 1-to-1 sugar syrup that I made yesterday, and it has some additives which are basically essential oils and amino acids which help keep the bees healthy and help them stimulate to build brood. And we're going to put in a gallon of this. And then next we're going to prepare our frames for being able to put the bees in. Okay. So we have all of that in. Let me pull this out. And we're just going to put this over here on the ground, and I'll wash that later. Now the next thing we're going to do is this is the gallon of syrup, and we've given them a little bit of honey. This is unfortunately honey that I have left over from a hive that died, but we're going to scratch it so that they can easily get to the honey. So that's all honey. And on this side is honey and sugar water. These other frames here are just empty frames so that they can build brood. And we're going to pull out 2 or 3 of these. We're going to set those aside. And then I have another frame of honey here, which I'm also going to scratch. Oh, those are hard to scratch. Okay. All right, so next we're going to get ready to put the bees in. So the first thing we have to do is get the queen out. And this is a new package, so I haven't done this before. So what we do is we're going to take the sugar syrup. Actually, we're going to first this is some other sugar syrup, and we just spray the bees. And this keeps them kind of calm. And what they're going to do is groom themselves. So while they're grooming themselves, I'm going to while they're not paying attention, I'm going to pull the queen out. Oops, and we're going to, unfortunately, a few bees are going to get squished when we do that. Okay, so this is the queen in here. And we're going to get all the other bees off of her for a minute. And if you look, you probably can't see very well, but there's a queen running around inside in there. And what we're going to do is we're going to put her in the frame. We're going to take the cap off so that they can get her out. It's got sugar in there. And then we're going to just put her on the frame here. And we're going to hold her in with an elastic, a very high-tech method of an elastic. And actually I have her upside down. We're going to flip her around. And we're going to put her here like this. So we now have the queen. And what happens is there's sugar in here and candy in here, and they're going to eat through the candy and release her. But she has air, and that they can feed her through that. So we're going to just set her in like this, and then, which is kind of in the middle. And then next what we're going to do is get the rest of these bees out. So the first thing we do, believe it or not, is do this. And then that has them go all the way down to the bottom. Then, and as I said, this is a new kind of box for me, so I haven't done this one before. But what we want to do is release this tab, because what's going to happen is the end is going to come off. We're going to turn this sideways so that I can open this up. Okay, that's one. Let's see if we can get the other one. Okay, so now we have this open, and when we open this, what we're going to basically do is dump the bees in the box. So we're going to do this. Pretty good, and you can see all those bees that are in there. And these bees are actually very gentle, even though they're flying around. They haven't really gotten defensive yet or anything, so they just want to be hanging out with the queen. So we're just going to brush in as many as we can. Let's see how many we have left. Oh, we have quite a few left in here. So let's see what else we can get out. I'm going to take out this can. This had sugar syrup, which is what they ate while they were traveling. And then what we're going to do is we're going to leave the rest of these, leave them right here, and they're going to find their way into the hive. So we'll brush some of these in. And then we're going to add our frames back in. So we're going to put one frame here. And they'll get out of the way. You don't have to worry about squishing them. We'll put another frame here. We'll put a frame next to the queen, where she was. And we'll put this frame in here. And these bees are actually, they're actually in pretty good shape. They look very good. And we're going to brush them in. And the next thing we're going to do is put a pollen patty on. So they have their sugar syrup over here. And then we're going to give them some pollen, because when the queen comes out, she is going to want to start laying brood. And they need they need pollen to be able to feed their brood. That's their protein. So I'm going to brush a few more of these bees. If you can see there's still quite a few bees in here. So I'm going to see if we can loosen the bees up and then have them dump out. And they'll go down in. I'm going to loosen up here. Yeah, there's still a few in there, but that's okay. We'll leave those so that they march in. Okay. Now the last thing we're going to do is put the hive together here. I'll put some of these on the top. And that pollen patty's a little tall, so put that on the top. And they'll go down in. Put the cover on, and then we're going to put some bricks on the cover, and we're going to leave it here for about a week, 5 days, and then we're going to, and you'll see the bees, they'll go inside eventually, and then the bees will come and we'll take the queen cage out, and they'll be on their way to collecting pollen and doing what bees do.